Welcome to the King of the Hill Shootout Invitational, the second line ball pool tournament. Don't know how to play line ball? Watch this video here. Now you know how to play, what is the rules for this tournament? 6 teams of 2 battle it out to become King of the Hill, win 5 points in a row, and you win the tournament as the champion. The longer you stay on the hill, the more obstacles in your way of winning. If you lose, you fall off the hill and go to the back of the waiting queue. There is a 50-point cap. If we do not have a winner, the team with the longest winning run is the champion. If 2 teams are tied, the team with the most total points is the champion. For a full breakdown of the rules in detail, read the pinned comment. Now let's play, handing over to our commentator, Ray Clark.
Hello and welcome to the second line ball tournament. This is episode 6 in our search for the King of the Hill. Well, the current King of the Hill, Daddy's Clackers, and we join them now taking on the Ball Bashers. Daddy's Clackers having a bit of an unpredicted bit of form here, a show of form. John and Chris now having won 2 games in succession. Can they make it 3 here? And taking on the Ball Bashers, who haven't put in quite as many appearances as Daddy's Clackers. And Paul and Tally and Pete here. There are 3 in their team. It doesn't give any advantage, although looking at the score at the moment, it does, because there's 1 point scored for the Ball Bashers. With this team including Tally, who's never played a cue ball game until today, until this particular heat. Until this particular part of the tournament. A ball in and a ball out there from Daddy's Clackers. And that's the way it works, you see. You can see the score line, but hit that ball too hard and you could bounce off the cushion and go back the way from where you came. Alternatively, you might be taking one of your opponent's balls with you. Whatever you do, just don't hit that black ball or the white ball if it's in play. It's a little complicated to explain that. Just look at the rules and all will become clear. But in the case of Daddy's Clackers, who are on a bit of a roll now, King of the Currents with the streak of 2, this is their 3rd game, I think. It's Daddy's Clackers that are doing okay, although the Ball Bashers here fighting ahead. Big debate as to where we're going to go. When it comes to the debate, it's the Daddy's Clackers that are the kings of that. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it a bit more. Close to that pocket. A reminder, get the ball in the pocket and it's all over. Even if it's not your coloured ball. You were the one that hit it. You're the one that's out. So Daddy's Clackers to go here. The maximum point for this tournament is 50. We're almost halfway there, assuming that it goes to points. But plenty can happen between now and reaching that point. If we actually reach that point. Daddy's Clackers picking up another point there. The Ball Bashers looking at the way to go here. Off the cushion, perhaps. No, you're going to sneak up the end there, and nicely done. Certainly not too hard. That would have caused problems, I think, getting close to that ball in that pocket. So the Ball Bashers doing okay here. Possibly Daddy's Clackers' run of wins might be coming to an end. They're still in with as much chance. It's interesting with the Ball Bashers. Earlier we saw Paul, Tally and Pete. Tally, the newcomer, she's probably sitting this one out, I think, just taking notes. This is how you do it. And that is how you do it. A nice little 5 there. And the ball's quite closely congregated. Go astray there or hit it a bit too hard. We could have, well, catastrophe or a really smart move. And that's just what's being debated over there, I think. Hit that too hard. Hit it too soft. You've got to get it just right. At school, you know, we had what was it called? A protractor. semicircle with all the angles on. I think these guys could do with this. They're taking this really seriously. You sure about this? Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Are you really sure? Well, all those plans, but I don't think that yellow ball at the edge of the play zone moved much. But quite a high-scoring game. But that could all change, you see. You hit with just enough force, and some of those yellow balls could be going back home. Let's see which way the ball bashers are going here. They're relatively gentle. Yeah, that's in there, safe. Just push that other red ball into a safer position, perhaps, protected on both sides by the yellow ball of Daddy's Clackers. Now, we could hit it this way, we could hit it that way. It's up to you. You could see that being said, couldn't you? Could almost lip read. Well, it's up to you. Which is a polite way of saying if you get it wrong, you're going to get the blame. But no, hasn't got it wrong. Could have done with just a little more force there, and that would have evened up the score. That yellow ball just outside of the scoring zone. But all things could change. This could be the game that goes to points here. But a reminder, that could come to an end if that black ball or the white ball is hit. They're both keeping away from that. In fact, quite clever. Their mode of play. And here we are. It's the first game for a while, I think, that's gone to points here as we speak. But that could all change with the hitting of this final ball from Daddy's Clackers. What's going to happen here? Because really, Daddy's Clackers not only need to get that ball in the scoring zone, they need to get rid of one of their opponent's balls. Which they've done, actually. 2 of their opponent's balls. The ball bashers win the point, though, because the white ball was hit. See, you're halfway there, guys. You had the idea of getting rid of the balls belonging to the opponent, but you'd forgotten to factor in the fact that you mustn't hit the white ball. The ball bashers win that point. Let's move on with the ball bashers. Current King of the Hill and Maximum Impact that haven't had that much of an impact so far in this tournament. Last tournament's winners, but let's see if that all changes here. 1 point in the lead at the moment. And of course, Maximum Impact, including Max, the guy that came up with the rules for the game. Max and Simran playing here and finishing there as the ball goes into that pot. Ball bashers win this point. The ball was potted and the ball bashers have won 2 in a row now. The white ball now enters the scoring zone. Neither team can hit it. A draw counts as a win for the challenger. And the challenger, the Red Hot Chili Potters, this time around, up to 23 points out of a maximum 50 in this episode. The beauty of the game is it really does work quite quickly, and you'll go from one heat to the next, and when the action is quite fast, you've got a job to keep up with it. But with a nice sedate start, the Red Hot Chili Potters, and that wasn't a very impressive start. The ball bashers win the point because the ball went into the pot. It was potted into that hole. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ball bashers have won 3 in a row. Previous conditions apply. However, the challenger can hit the white ball. And the King of the Hill is the Ball Brothers. King of the Hill can't hit the white ball. So the Ball Bashers and the Wet Bandits. And a bit of a, some would say, wimpy shot there. In fact, nothing gained. Although I suppose the ball is in a position where it can be brought into play. So it's just biding its time. Perhaps a false sense of security. That's what the Wet Bandits were planning there. Yeah, that's safe up against that back cushion as well. from the ball bashers. The Wet Bandits, Hoy and Byron. Yet to see a red ball in that scoring area. Having said that, there's only one belonging to the ball bashers as well. Or there was, but yeah, we're back to square one, and I believe there was a black ball hit there. I thought so. Ball bashers win the point. The black ball was touched. Ball bashers have won 4 in a row. Previous conditions apply. They start with 1 ball less. Any shots that ride the line are out for the king. Just watch, this is getting quite intense now. And a reminder, you can catch up with all the rules, because as we get further into this tournament and these bigger scores and a bit of a league building up on the left side of the screen, then the rules are tweaked as we go along. You'll soon get the hang of it. I'm still learning. You'll get there. Ball bashers and line aid now. And it's line aid to go. And this is match point. It could be all over. After this, things are looking good for the ball bashers. It's Paul and Tally and Pete. And though it does appear that the big guns, Paul and Pete, are taking care of business here at the moment. It's down to line aid to pull them into line. Ball bashers get it. They've won. Neither team doing anything wrong at the moment. But keep an eye on that white ball and the black ball. Here we go with line aid, a bit hefty, and it's taken out, which was probably their intention. The ball bashers, scoring point. Their ball still in play. As opposed to the line aid, they lost the ball, but it was a price that they might think worth paying in this tournament match point. Ball bashers having quite a game. They are the current king of the hill. They are playing for the match. This will be their 5th game. Oh no, not if they carry on like that though. Although, having said that, yeah, the ball is just in play. Another slightly harder hit, and that would have been out of play. And the advantage of that is to the other side, obviously. 1 less potential scoring ball. Line aid putting up quite a good show here. Already got rid of a couple of balls from the ball bashers, and their score at the moment, as you can see, leading the way. If we go to points, we're exactly halfway through the tournament. Will we go to points? Well, that's what this game might well decide. But it could all be over in a few minutes' time. The intensity of the game. A lot of debate now. It's quite important that you take in where you're going to go. Paul and Pete doing the play here. That yellow ball that's in play isn't in the best of positions, really. Not making it that easy. Careful heading in that direction. The direction that it appears to be heading, you've got that pocket and you could lose the ball there. But now it's sort of getting in the way of the opponents. There's a lot of tactics going on here. Tactics that I've not seen before, but I can see exactly what they're up to. Yeah, so can you. But there's another point for line aid. They're playing this quite well. No score at all for the ball bashers at the moment. All balls have to be played though, unless of course the penalty comes in with the balls, any ball ending up in those end pockets, or the white ball or the black ball being hit. That's a bit hefty, a bit hard. Got rid of the red ball there. So there's a point on the score sheet for the ball bashers. They're doing exactly what their name said, bashing that ball out of line aid out of the way. And a nice bit of bulking there, whether it was intentional or not, with the ball bashers putting their yellow balls that are still in play in front of the balls of Lineade. But these guys are quite good at just sort of tickling the ball up towards the end cushion and parking it out of play. Both teams with 2 balls each to play with, the difference being that 3 are already on the table for Lineade and 3 more are in the play zone for the Ball Bashers. A reminder, you can always see how we've got to this stage by going to our channel and watching previous episodes. And whilst you're at it, if you've got a chum that says, what are you watching? What's all this about? Just get them watching for a while. They'll soon be hooked. Tell a friend. I think both opponents building the anticipation and excitement here. I think they're aware of where we could be going. The Ball Bashers are all to play for here. This could be the game that wins the tournament. However, Lineade, doing okay at the moment, could be the guys that take the king off the crown or the crown off the king as we continue to play. Oh, looking very serious now. You can almost put words into their mouths. Well, it's up to you. What do you reckon? Your decision. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I could come off that. Yeah, just there, off that cushion. That's what I reckon. You sure? Let's go for it. And see where it takes us. Oh, back to where we started. That's out of play. Gosh, if it goes to points, disadvantage to the Ball Bashers. Lineade playing quite a game here, just gently keeping the ball into that scoring zone. Oh, there's another one out of the scoring zone. Still, fortunately for the Ball Bashers, in play though. This is exciting stuff. This could be, well, who knows where it's going to go? Anything is possible. Already the Ball Bashers getting advice as to what they can do, what they can't do, and how they should play that next ball. 4 points on the table at the moment, as you can see, for Lineade. And the current king, and with the hope that they'll win, are the Ball Bashers. But it doesn't look as if they're having it their own way here. Let's see where this goes. The tournament continues. So, at the end of episode 6, when it looked as if it might all be over, the Ball Bashers take the lead after a series of errors from challenging teams propelled them to match point. Both Red Hot Chili Potters and the Ball Bashers have a 4-point streak, so with the higher total winning, the Ball Bashers are the favourites currently. Lineade become the heroes of the tournament by beating them. Going into episode 7, Lineade are on the table and must play Daddy's Crackers. Who are your favourites? Let us know in the comments. And man of the match, Alex Elwood. We've heard him mentioned before. That's what we think for his planning and execution to take down those Ball Bashers. Thank you for watching this episode. More episodes to follow, and we upload every Tuesday at 6 o'clock UK time. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ray Clark. Tell a friend, and you could have them sitting with you to witness the King of the Hill, the ultimate King of the Hill. Have a good week.